Hello. Howdy. TC, what's up, Loadout? What's up, Gino? Hello. Howdy. Ooh, that's loud. Turn that off. I'm trying to figure out why I'm not streaming in 4K on YouTube right now. Shit. Getting the encoder overload too. Yeah, I'm getting encoding overload just fucking standing here. That's crazy. For those of you not aware, I'm currently streaming to both YouTube and Twitch right now. As a test. It's apparently not working very well.
Please drink some water, you thirsty bitch.
I will drink some water. Not for sure this would be able to handle the dual encoding. It seems perhaps not. Let's see if this does anything. No. Lower the bitrate a little bit here on YouTube. Alright, there's not a whole lot of action going on right now, guys. Kind of just testing out some stream stuff. Still says it's only doing 1440 on YouTube. Why is it doing that? I have my canvas set to 4K. I'm very confused as to why it's doing this. I'm gonna end the YouTube stream and restart it. Make sure these settings actually take effect. It's working? That is working, okay. Oh, it still says 1440. What the fuck? None of you are, well, I think most of you are watching on Twitch right now. Just gonna say, if any of you are watching on YouTube, let me know if you're able to select 4K, because I'm not. Let's just go do some random gameplay and see what happens. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just posting an announcement to Discord real quick. All right. Reopen OBS.
These foes deserve your respect. Honor them with quick deaths, and I with your victory.
I have no idea why it's only... I literally have everything turned on for 4K on YouTube. I just locked my Warframe frame rate to 120. See if that can lightly help the encode overload issue. I have a 4080 Super GPU. I should be able to render both a 4K NVENC stream to YouTube and the enhanced broadcast NVENC stream to Twitch. I should be able to actually do that quite easily if I just have the settings set correctly. Right now, I'm not seeing any issues. Looks like. If anybody's commenting on YouTube, by the way, I don't have YouTube chat open right now. Yeah, I just saw your comment, Gino. That's something I need to figure out. If I ever do multi-stream, I need to get the chat situation situated, because now it's 2 different chats. I am in fact a bum. I mean, I can look at YouTube chat. I just don't have. I don't have it pinned on my OBS view like I do my Twitch right now. I can open up the webpage though. Let me throw down a crewmate and see if that does anything to the stream in terms of the encoder overload. Actually, yeah. Speaking of high bitrate looking good, let me pull up my. I'm gonna pull up my own YouTube stream here and see what that looks like. Yeah, it probably does look a lot better. It's pretty good right now from what I see. Definitely seems clearer than Twitch. On a side note about clarity, my webcam should also look a little bit better because I was tweaking some settings with a OBS add-on that lets you allocate bitrate to certain portions of your screen. So I slightly prioritized my webcam bitrate, so hopefully my webcam quality doesn't go to as much shit when I'm in the middle of playing a mission with a lot of stuff going on. I love how I keep forgetting to take velocity off this mesa. I know today's supposed to be variety day, by the way, but given the fact that we're testing out a multi-stream, I kind of needed to play Warframe, because basically any other game that I would play besides Warframe would not be able to properly test the limits here. And Warframe is what I usually play, so makes sense to test all that.
You proper sent the tech rock back to the Stone Age. Now bring it home, fam.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good on YouTube. I don't understand why it's not in 4K. Blow kiss into webcam, point right up. That's crazy. Yeah, let me go look at my base OBS settings. In my video settings, my output resolution is 4K. It's 3840 by 2160, just like my canvas resolution is. So it's just pure native 4K. How? I don't understand. Why it's doing this. Set to 60 FPS. Originally I was trying it unscaled. Now I'm trying it to... I turned on quote-unquote rescale output, which it shouldn't actually have to rescale because I have it natively in 4K. Rescaling to 4K. Constant... I turned the bitrate down from 25K to 20K to try and reduce the encoder issue. Although... I don't know if that really has a big effect, but... whatever. Turn down some of the quality settings. But everything resolution-wise is... literally set to 4K. Maybe I'll try a different encoder. Maybe change to the I could change the AV1 encoding. I'm gonna end the YouTube stream again. If you guys are watching on both, I would recommend that you watch on both. Or if you're watching on YouTube, I would recommend that you watch on both the Twitch stream and the YouTube stream, because we're basically experimenting today. The Twitch stream, I shouldn't have to go down, I don't think. But the YouTube stream, I might take down and put back up a few times, because I'm playing around with the secondary stream settings. I'm about to turn off the YouTube one again for a moment here. I'm gonna see if there's any comments first before I get rid of you. No, just Gino, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna... Still no 4K. What the actual fuck? Take a look at the siren bell real quick here. Shield gating build, I see. Aside from obviously you need to get your arcanes maxed out. Looks fine as long as you maintain your shield gate. Looks like it's basically, so you got Roar on the 4th. So it's a shield gate, super high duration, super high strength, weapons platform build, effectively. Should be fine. I don't see a problem with this as long as you're able to, maintain your energy for shield gating with Molt, which should be easy since you have Equilibrium on. Yeah, it looks fine to me. Just max out those arcanes. Especially augmented. I somewhat understand not being able to get energized maxed out because it's more expensive, and obviously you don't want to farm energized because Eidolons are trash, but augmented is so easy to both farm and cheap to buy. You should finish that off. Yeah, it looks fine. Alright, let's test out. Let's turn on rescaling for 4K again. So now we're on rescaled AV1. I'm gonna look this up. Atom not streaming to YouTube in 4K. To the YouTube output name Multistream is specifically set before. Each platform should have its own resolution setting. Verify YouTube is configured to 4K. It's definitely not bandwidth issues. I have fucking gigabit internet. Again, sorry. I know it's not the most exciting gameplay, because I'm... oh, hello, Sal Average Dude on YouTube. Mr. Streamer, what are the negative and positives of TAFF versus Compressa? Is one better than the other? They're both... They can both be very good at killing things. In terms of damage, the Epitaph is primarily going to be good from its charged alt fire, like super high headshot critical damage, as opposed to the Compressor is going to kill things through status. If you're comparing those primers, the Epitaph is a better AoE primer if you need to prime like 10 guys at once. The Compressor is the best single target or lesser target primer in the game in terms of the max amount of stats effects it'll actually put on them. So if you're doing like a disruption, for example, and you want to put the absolute instant max amount of status that you can on a single Demolist, then the Compressor is going to win by far. If you're playing like a survival mission and you want to prime, 15 guys that are in front of you for your melee or something like that, then the Epitaph's going to be better because it's AoE. So there's pros and cons to both. They're both absolutely incredible. Also, just so you know, Sal, I am currently multi-streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. Anybody currently watching me on YouTube, I would recommend also pulling up my Twitch, because I'm currently testing and trying to solve issues with the YouTube stream, so it's occasionally gonna go off and back on. So just so you know, if any of you are actually new to, like, if you don't know who I am, I have a Twitch channel. I'll link it here in the YouTube chat. There's that for you if you need that. All right, what the fuck do I test next to try and get this to work? Yeah, Compressor does have a little bit of AoE. That's why I said, like lesser target. You get, like, if you're shooting into a crowd of guys that are like close to each other, you're gonna hit more than one guy because the bubbles have an AoE, for example, and whatnot. But if you're trying to hit, it won't hit a Epitaph-sized crowd. I'll put it that way. Like if you constantly need to prime larger groups of enemies, then the Epitaph is gonna win for sure. But the Compressor is more actual stats effects. What's a good way to farm toroids? Trying to level up the for amps so I can get one. Make sure you're playing on Steel Path if you have Steel Path unlocked, because Steel Path has a built-in 100% drop resource drop chance booster, so it'll like literally double the drop chance for the toroids. Also, ideally, make sure that you buy a drop chance booster off the market, because those are multiplicative with each other, so then it'll be times 2 times 2. Now you're at 4 times drop chance. Also have a resource booster so that you pick up twice as many. Have your companion be a beast companion with the resourceful retriever mod on. It gives you 18% chance to double your pickups. You can also get a Mastery Rank 30 blessing from a relay. That's another 25% drop chance, which again is multiplicative, so at that point it would be 25% of those 2 others. So it'll take you from 400% to 500% resource drop chance buff. And then just, you have a Necros there. Necros can also desecrate extra toroids out of the enemies. And then just make sure that you go to the 3 locations where the 3, you know, different toroids drop. Whatever the fuck they're called. Each toroid drops from a specific location. So just make sure you go to the right location. Look up in the wiki. Bring a Necros to desecrate more out of them, and then, you know, play as a frame to kill. Mace is really good for doing that, because Mace's regulators will target the enemies, but not the beacons. You need to make sure that you let the enemies put all of the beacons down to get your alert level to max rank. And then, once you get your alert level to max rank, you need to make sure that you keep at least 1 beacon alive. Because if you destroy all active beacons that are currently planted in the ground, then you'll start to lose alert level. And you want that alert level maxed out, because that dictates how many enemies spawn to come after you. And obviously you want the most amount of enemies that you can possibly have to get more toroids. So combine all of those factors together, and you can actually get toroids incredibly fast. So there you go. Again, sorry for the delay on me answering some questions, because again, we are experimenting with stream settings right now. Oh, I don't understand why this is doing this. Main output. Let me refresh this one more time. What's up, Oz Monkey? How you done? Dawn Machine. First, best solo setup should be Necros with Orgaze and a lot of strength, right? God damn, there's a lot of people watching for me just doing a fucking stream test right now. Jeez. That could work, yeah. It might be arguable between, if you're playing solo, it might be arguable, I can't speak, between what's better between Necros and like Mesa for the really fast kill time. But like I ideally go with at least 2 people, like have one of you be a Mesa to insta kill everything, not the beacons, since like I said, the 4th ability won't target beacons, which is really nice. And then also a Necros for more loot, but yeah, if you're going solo, a Necros is probably fine. Does anybody in chat have any ideas on how the fuck to get this to work? I'm using Atom Multistream, if any of you have ever heard of that. Do any of you have any idea why this is not currently streaming in 4K to YouTube? Because it is literally set to 4K. I know it looks like I'm just sitting here doing nothing in game, but I'm looking at OBS settings. Sounds like maybe 4K isn't available for all streams when you initially start a stream. Wait 5 to 10 minutes after stream starts to see if 4K becomes available. Is that how that works? Doesn't sound... Do you not just get 4K right away on YouTube if you're streaming in 4K? Does range affect Mace's pistols in any way? I don't think it... it doesn't affect the actual range of how far they can shoot, no, but it does determine... ability range determines the starting radius of your aiming reticle, like how large that aiming circle is on your screen, and it determines how small it will get at the minimum as you keep firing. So it doesn't determine how far you can shoot the guns, but rather how large the screen AoE is for how many people you can fit inside of your targeting radius. You also, you don't want, even if it doesn't affect Peacemaker in terms of like actual range, if you want shooting gallery to be a somewhat effective crowd control, you still don't want like negative range or anything. Okay. It's just so annoying. I gotta figure out how to get YouTube chat in here. Why is this? Come on. Come on. Got a real janky setup right now for chats. Alright. Just does not work, okay. How did I not get a, Oh, it's because I'm stupid. Never mind. I was about to ask, how did I not get a coda drop from that? Because it's because I didn't actually defeat my current one. Let me go do that. Let's go put on the meta slop loadout. I'm going to turn my bitrate for the YouTube stream back up a little bit. I'm going to put it to... You know, I'm just going to put it all the way back up to 25,000, actually. See what happens. See if the AV1 encoding handles that any better. I was getting encoding overload at the start of the stream, but now I'm not seeing it. You guys can let me know if there's any like insane stream lag or anything. Where's my slop loadout? There it is. So I just increased the bitrate by 25% basically on YouTube from 20,000 to 25,000. So, even though it's only streaming in 1440, not 4K for some reason, it should look very good. I watched your Gyre video, but had a question. Do you not want duration on her, or is it better to max range and strength? I mean, obviously it depends on what your goal is, but in my opinion, you don't need... You don't really need a lot of duration because the cathode augment makes it so that your third and your fourth effectively have infinite duration. As long as you keep getting kills, your third and your fourth ability with the augment get duration back from kills. So it doesn't really matter what your base duration is, as long as you keep getting that on-kill duration back. It effectively lasts forever. So it's not as important as it usually is. So I'd rather have the range and strength to make the third and the fourth stronger and make the fourth be able to hit more people.
I think solo artists get really lonely. Success can be isolated. We got each other.
Like right now, it's running more like how I thought it would in terms of... It's not saying I'm dropping any frames, I'm not getting encoder overload. I don't know why I was getting encoder overload at the very start. Maybe, like I said, maybe switching to AV1 helped, I don't know. But I should be able to easily dual stream. How am I not hitting this thing with the AoE? I gotta actually go down here and hit it directly like a pleb? That's crazy. Oh, now the YouTube tracker is working. Okay, that's good. Still on 4K though. Don't know why.
Pop music's no place for elitist attitudes.
Just crisp, running good. Yeah, just not running in 4K though. Very annoying.
If all your artists are giving you trouble, maybe the problem.
I should start a non. I'm not gonna do it right now, but I should start a non-multi-stream. Like just pure direct YouTube stream in 4K and see if that does it in 4K. I don't know if it's something just wrong with Atom or what. Especially since this is a paid service, it's a little annoying. Let me in.
I've learned to tell the difference between honest criticism and straight up jealousy.
Let me in.
Fire alert resolved.
Let me in. Thank you.
Systems recovering. Doors open. It is showtime. A Tenno has exited the railjack.
The funny thing about multi-streaming to both Twitch and YouTube is you definitely do get more viewers. Like, right now I have over 30 people combined, which is funny. Like it's very quick to hit that on a random short stream. The only problem with YouTube, and the reason why, like I said, I wasn't doing it before, is that anybody watching on YouTube is not contributing to my Twitch partner goal, because I need 75 average Twitch viewers for that. So it's a bit of a conflicting choice about multi-streaming. I do, of course, like the wider availability for you guys to watch how you like, but if I want to hit Twitch partner, it kind of makes sense to only do Twitch. But we'll see. Maybe I'll just say fuck it. Yeah, I'm dual streaming right now on YouTube, Taylor. Trying to get to work in 4K, and for some reason it's not. It's only doing 1440p, even though it is literally set to 4K.
Music is truly a universal language.
Another thing I would need to check is if I want to play music on my stream, I need to make sure that I'm actually allowed to play my music on YouTube. I'm pretty sure... Oh, I did not mean to do that, damn it. Sign in. Pretty sure my... No, because I use music in my videos sometimes, and it's from Monster Cat. Let me just double check to make sure. Whoops. How did these guys even get off the stage when I wasn't even... They should be ashamed that I just revived off of them. That's crazy. Anyways, what was I saying? The settings.
I've tried really hard not to let popularity influence me.
Yeah, I'm gonna vanquish you. Get out of here. Where is my user settings? Connections. Yeah, connected on Google, which means YouTube, so. We end up doing dual chat so they are shared, or will they stay separate? I'll have to figure that out. That's, again, I'm not committing to actually doing multi-streams, just to be clear. I never actually committed to, like, hey, I'm doing this from now on, especially if I can't get it to work properly. But I'm using a 547 amp, Oz Monkey, 547, which means what is that? Cantic, I think. Cantic pod and Certus. Speaking of stuff like that, I need to set up chat commands and whatnot on if I was going to multi-stream, I would need to set up all the chat commands and whatnot for YouTube as well to work properly. And figure out how to make giveaways work and all that. Watch it there. Yeah, if you want to go check it out, check out the YouTube stream while I have it going. Let me know how the quality is. It should look a lot better than Twitch. Like that's one benefit. The main reason why I would be interested in being able to do a multi-stream would be to where I keep the same quality on Twitch that I'm currently doing. Like I'm not changing anything about Twitch. Still streaming using it looks good on 160p. Still streaming on Twitch using the enhanced broadcaster, which means that I'm basically natively encoding anywhere from like 160 up to 1440p because I recently got access to the 1440p paid on Twitch. But then on YouTube, spin up a secondary encode for a raw 4K super high bitrate. So like right now, the stream that I'm sending, the settings that I have on are 25,000 bitrate. And for example, Twitch maxes out at 8,000. They want you to think 6,000. It's actually 8,000. Twitch caps out at 8,000 bitrate. I'm currently streaming at 25,000 on YouTube at 4K resolution. And for some reason, it's not working, though. It's not doing 4K. It's doing 1440. I'm not sure why. Gonna refresh my stream, see if 4K magically appears. Still no 4K. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. As far as I know, I have everything set up correctly. I'm going to change the bitrate to... There's no way this is it, but I'm going to change the bitrate to 40,000 and see if it's somehow a not enough bitrate issue. Even though you should be able to do 4K. I mean, I'm doing 25,000 and you should be able to do 4K at 20,000. Or even 15K if you want to. It would just look like shit, probably. But I'm gonna fucking put it to 40K and see what happens. And it's letting me change the setting while I'm streaming, so I'm assuming that it's actually doing this live, the change. What are the stats for nerds? Action speed, huh? Okay. Let me refresh this. Still no 4K. Let's open up stats for nerds. It does show that I'm doing AV1. Says current optimal resolution 2560. 2560. Let me switch this down to 1080p. They both still say 1080. Is there not a way to see what resolution the YouTube server is actually receiving? I want to verify that it's receiving 4K or that it thinks it's receiving 1440. It's definitely gonna look good as fuck at 40,000 bitrate, guys. I probably just kicked some of you off the fucking stream doing that. If you don't have good download speed. Because that's, what is that, 40 megabits a second? Yeah. That is another thing about YouTube. Again, the point of me wanting to stream on YouTube, dual stream, is that I want like a crazy high quality 4K secondary stream to YouTube. But you can only actually watch that live if you have good internet, so keep that in mind. If you know, live in like Zimbabwe and your internet is 800 kilobytes, then, you know, sorry, but you're not going to be able to watch the 4K stream very well. Yeah, this shit does look phenomenal right now while I'm just standing still here. I can tell you that. Thanos snaps some people? Yeah. Let me go back to the dojo here. Fuck, dude, it's just so annoying that it's not streaming in 4K. Gonna refresh again. Still 1440. What's up, Sci? We got Mr. Sci-Fi Freak in the YouTube chat. How you doing? Yeah, Sci-Fi. For some reason, I'm not streaming in 4K. I'm dual streaming right now, so I'm also on Twitch. I'm using a plugin called Atom Multistream. I'm using their 14-day free trial. I have all of the settings seemingly set up correctly to send a separate 4K encode to YouTube, and it's not doing 4K. It's only doing 1440. And I just don't know why. I'm going to change that bitrate back down to 25,000, by the way, guys, just so it's not insanely hard to watch. Well, I better found out my RAM got fried, so I had to buy a new RAM. PC finally fixed that, which is nice. Well, that sucks. I mean, it's nice that you got it fixed, but it sucks that you had to do it in the first place. Unfortunate. Leave dojo. See, especially with multi-streaming, it'd be real nice to get my third monitor set up. Wouldn't be a problem at all keeping these two chats on a different monitor above me. Due to bitrate and apparently bigger creators get higher priority stuff, so 4K streaming looks ass. What do you mean it's due to bitrate, Sci-Fi? Did they change something? Because you used to be able to super easily do 4K on YouTube. Because they have, like, no bitrate cap compared to Twitch. I also, what does creator mean? Because I am a creator. I mean, I have 15,000 subscribers. How big do you need to be? Did they change shit? I'm gonna Google it. Can't 4K stream on YouTube. That's a 4-year-old post, so that's not gonna be helpful. Better to create to stream on YouTube in 4K. Is it because of my stream key? That doesn't seem like it makes sense. What? I don't know. Is Basmu a good gun? I just finally built it and don't know. Yes, Basmu is good if you use Galvanized Aptitude on it. Because Basmu is one of the weapons that has what's called multiplicative scaling with Galvanized Aptitude. So the mod is basically bugged in the weapon to be a a base damage multiplier instead of adding base damage normally. So it can do quite a bit of damage. Put Galvanized Aptitude and put Primary Deadhead as the Arcane, and you can just tear up dudes with crazy headshot damage. Why is there so many people watching me right now just do nothing, just trying to fix my stream? Is this exciting for you all? Why is there so many fucking viewers right now? Oh. Let's do something award. Do I have Forma Building? I do, so I can't do that. Damn, I feel like I should do a giveaway. Okay, let's do a giveaway. Let me, this is the best. Oh, okay, I guess I am doing a giveaway, because Loadout just redeemed do a Forma Bundle giveaway, okay. There we go. Just started at 5 minutes on the clock. For those of you watching on YouTube, I only have giveaways set up on Twitch right now, just so you know, so if you want to win some Forma, open up a secondary Twitch stream as well, and you can, try to grab that. Today's my first day back on multi-streaming YouTube, so I apologize. There's nothing set up. I don't have any bots or anything set up on YouTube. Yeah, for real, Gub, if you win again, that's literally. Literally. Alright. So like Arcane Range, Restoration Keys for base damage. Yep. Yep. I was just recommending Deadhead, since, like I said, Galvanized Aptitude is multiplicative to base damage on the Basmo, so you want to have some form of base damage elsewhere. So if you weren't getting it from an Arcane, you would want to use you would need to use a mod slot for it. So you're sacrificing a shitload of damage if you're not running actual base damage alongside the multi-gun co-scaling. Sepulchrum Pistol is so awesome, I just need to find a way to make it hit hard. Sepulchrum actually has the same kind of bug. Sepulchrum has multiplicative scaling with Galvanized Shot, Monkey, so if you put Galvanized Shot on the Sepulchrum, it can hit like millions of damage. Should you get Saren Prime? Yes, Saren Prime is literally one of the best frames in the game. Like if I was only allowed to keep 5 Warframes and I had to delete everything else, you'd probably be one of the 5. I'll put it that way. Just depends on preference. Yep, I found Dead Eroded Crux to be the 2 best Arcanes for it. Either one's good. Yeah. Put Galvanized Shot on it, Monkey, and all of a sudden you'll do big damage. I'm listening to you. You're talking to me, Furry? Mr. or Fairy? Probably should call you Furry. Huh? Probably pronounced Fairy. Mr. Fairy. Read that wrong. I thought that was a U. It's an E. I'm not calling you a furry, I promise. Mr. Fairy. Alright. Me when I still don't know why this isn't streaming in fucking 4K. I guess it's just really good looking 1440p for now. Like strong frames, big numbers as Saren offers, and yeah, I mean, if you want to see how stupid Saren is, I can show you. Here, I'll even take my ribbon off. Hold on, so you can really know that it's just a copyable Saren loadout. Let's replace this with there we go. There's the non-ribbon build. So no ribbon on my Ocucore anymore. Let's get the simulacrum. I'll show you. Saren is indeed wild, yes. How much time we left in the giveaway? We have 1.5 minutes left in the Forma giveaway, guys. Make sure that those of you watching on Twitch, you do !raffle for a chance to win some free Forma. See you, Sci-Fi. Thanks for dropping by. Always nice to see you. A friend of Gamble is a friend of mine. Alright, 20 Corrupted Heavy Gunners. These guys are Steel Path modifier enabled, so they have all the extra armor and whatnot. Level 230. Chunky boys. First skill's gonna be a little slower, obviously. But now that I'm stacked up, here we go. Ta-da! Let's do that again, now that we have our Ocucore stacked. Yeah, you like that? You like that? Yeah. Fucking shreds. And again, that's with no ribbon. Here's the Saren build if you're interested. It is expensive because it takes Umbra Forma. It only actually takes 2 Umbra Forma though. If you use a max rank, like right now I'm using a rank 0 on purpose because I can, but if you're using a max rank aura here, you can actually fit all 3 Umbrals with only 2 Umbral Forma instead of 3. The reason I have 3 on is because I was testing other builds that used to be more expensive, but I switched to cheaper mods, so I ended up not needing it. But if you want to copy this version of the build... Oh, also, you can... you might need to use regular stretch. Just use regular stretch instead of Archon stretch. Archon stretch doesn't actually matter. Archon continuity as well. So just use regular stretch, you know, standard prime continuity, and then a max rank ore, and you've got 14 capacity left over on this build, you can see. So you can easily fit these with only 2 umbral polarities. Yeah, I'm going to go back to my version of the build. Rank 0 Combat Discipline. Roll this back on. There we go. If you can run Archon Stretch in Archon Continuity, it's technically slightly better because if you play with a Wisp, for example, he gives you shock modes. The shock modes will count as you having an ability that does electric damage, so it'll give you the energy regen. And Archon Continuity, while it doesn't work on Toxic Lash, unfortunately, it does technically work on Molt, which is completely irrelevant, but it does technically work. So I'm technically min-maxing by running it, because why not? Saren is so hot, real. I'm gonna go put my ribbon back on before I forget. If you want to see how stupid it is with my ribbon, my multi-shot crit damage ribbon, I can show you. Need to get stacked up again, obviously. Alright, let's re-summon those guys. Yep. Good shit. It's good shit. God bless the Ocucore. I'm only master rank 14 though. That doesn't matter in terms of Warframes. You only need to be master rank, I think, 8 to use every frame in the game. A lot of frames don't even have mastery locks, and I'm pretty sure the highest mastery rank lock is either 6 or 8. So for sure, by the time that you're MR 8, you're able to use every frame in the game. So that that doesn't matter. This Saren skin is the Void Shell skin. It's the one where you can customize the textures and the colors. So these things right here between the colors, these are textures. You can actually change how the texture looks. You see if I click on these, I'm not changing the color, but I am changing the material structure so it looks different. Yeah, I got a lot of comments on my my Saren. She is pretty drippy. I recently changed her Syandana from the Uru Prime Syandana to this one. The TennoCon one that we recently got. Pretty drippy. The Syandana that I was using before was this one. The Uru Prime Syandana. Not with those colors though. It was colors that match better. It was more like just silver like the skin is. Yeah, the Rift Guard Syandana is so nice. Definitely got my favorite fashion for Saren for sure. Yeah, people glaze my Saren constantly. I'll be honest. every time that I do a YouTube video and Saren is in the video for some reason, the comments inevitably like, bro, you gotta drop the Saren fashion. Bro, please drop the Saren fashion. I need to start doing fashion videos apparently. I don't even think I'm that good at fashion. I just I just do what I like. I mean, I'm not like a fucking color theorist or something. My Gara looks really good too. My Gara's drippy. Here's that. I do quite enjoy this Gara fashion. I love the shoulder pieces. These shoulder pieces. This is a very expensive fashion to get put together because it has a lot of like real money things. Like these attachments are the Namandi Prime shoulder plates, which is the ones from the Lavos Prime accessories. They look so good on this skin. Like they mesh perfectly to the shoulders. Looks great. I got the Kaleida shards on the back along with the Syandana. Like these shards, I'm not even wearing the Kaleida skin. I basically bought the Kaleida skin just for these shards, because when you buy the Kaleida Gyre skin, which is this one, which looks like shit, I think, because it's so skinny. When you buy that skin, you also unlock the Starglaze shards as a auxiliary back piece. So I literally bought the skin just for that. What's up, Sor? How you doing? You're not gonna lie, that Zaku fashion runs pretty sexy. Appreciate that. Let's pull out the Zaku, just so people can see what you're talking about. Here's Zaku. It's like pretty nice. I still haven't found a Syandana. I was saying this on the other stream. I still have not found a Syandana that I like for Zaku. Also, let's go see who the winner is. Better not be Spartan again, I swear to God. The winner of the... Although, again, only 4 people entered, so I won't be surprised. Oh, it's Gino this time. Thank God. It's not Frostitute Prime that won again. Gino Bimu. Is that rigged? You cannot say rigged, Spartan. You won fucking like 3 things in a row. Oh, even Gino says rigged. He's the one who won. That's crazy.
Please drink some water, you thirsty bitch.
I just, remind me of your name again, Gino. I'll send that to you. I'll go turn some music on. Haven't had any music this stream at all. Oh my God, it's so loud. Holy shit. Jesus. I'm gonna put it on 2 instead of 3. I usually have it on 3%. I'm gonna put it on 2%, so it's gonna be a little quieter than usual. Same name, that's right. You're one of those guys. One of those guys. And I should have streamed at the time I was supposed to, 10 o'clock. Gino Bimu, there we go. Yeah, sorry today's stream is only 2 hours instead of the usual 4 hours. Someone's sitting on Gino Beam as a dead Twitch channel. Yeah, that's unfortunate if that's the name you wanted. Still haven't found a mag that looks better than yours? Well, I guess you haven't seen mine then. Gotta whip out that heirloom skin, baby. This is another frame that I do not have a Syandana on at the moment. FOMO fashion, got a stunt on him, yeah. Yeah, let me pull out the full $90. Let me pull out the Frost heirloom. Got the Signa and everything. She wearing chaps? Maybe. Don't judge her. Sorry, YouTube chat. I forgot to look at you for a moment here. Dude, brief respite is so rare. Yeah, it's from the Silver Grove Spectres. One of them. What's your most drippy frame? It's a good question. Gara's pretty drippy. Does energy tanking work in level cap with Chrome? I'm testing things for no, not really. The only way that would work is if you had a whole team like dedicated around buffing the absolute shit out of you with a bunch of like overlapping damage reductions. No, it doesn't really work. Health tanking doesn't really work at level cap. You need to shield gate usually. You either need to shield gate, you need to be like actually invulnerable, like Revenant essentially, or you need to be invisible, so you're just not getting hit in the first place. Wish they would re-release these. Yeah, but they're never going to. Just to make sure that you're not actually like waiting for that. They legally can't re-release these two skins because they sold them as being exclusive. So if they were to re-release these, every single person that bought them would be able to sue them and win. Like they would just win instantly because it was literally sold as being exclusive. That's like if they re-released Excalibur Prime, for example, every founder could sue them and would instantly win that lawsuit. What's up, Nobu? How you doing? Yeah, damn. Maybe I should watch some. Well, some of you are probably multi-watch. How many of you are multi-watching right now? Because right now I have 43 combined viewers. It's probably not actually 43 though. It's probably a lot of you watching on two of them. So I was about to say, like, yeah, maybe I should multi-stream. If it's gonna be this many people. Legit returned 1 week after the sale ended. That's highly unfortunate. Let me go double check YouTube again and see if it's 4K yet. I got desperate. I got so desperate that I was asking AI what's wrong with my stream, and it said sometimes YouTube makes you wait until it renders for. No, it's still not 4K. It's definitely been more than 10 minutes. Can I literally just not stream in 4K on YouTube? Like the only way I can really test this is if I were to. The thing that I need to do to like really be able to test this is to turn off all of my streams, and then instead of using the multi-stream plugin, I need to set up a direct stream to YouTube, directly send a 4K signal to only YouTube, and if that still is not 4K, then I know that I'm fucked. If that is 4K though, then it's something wrong with my multi-stream setup. I don't really want to do that right now though. Well, I do want to do it right now, actually, but just because there's so many of you watching, I don't want to cut you all off. All right. But yeah, for those of you watching on YouTube, let me know what the quality is like. Although I need to go actually like play a mission so you can really see. You know, somebody was talking about Jai. Let's go throw on. What the fuck do I have? Oh, that's right. This is for my mecha set. I was like, why do I have the parasol? It's for my. For my Kubro stat stick. That's right. I sold my Riven, didn't I? Wait a minute, where's that mod? It's status and crit. Let's see here. I already have that on. Why do I have 2 max rank malignant forces, dude? I think I have every stats mod on here already, don't I? Aside from the ones that wouldn't work properly on a... Yeah, I have every status and crit mod on that can actually carry over to my Kubro right now. Oh, yeah, I need to get another Riven back. Dang. I should have kept that Riven. I forgot about using it as a stat stick for Kubros because of the Mecha Overdrive and Hunter Synergy. Yeah, look at that status chance, dude. 312.5% status chance is fucking hilarious. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of status, boys. 4K somehow ends up working, that new update's gonna look amazing. Yeah, yeah, you'd be able to see some real nice quality as long as your internet supports it. It's like I'm streaming in 25,000 bitrate right now, so for those of you watching on YouTube, I hope you have good internet. Otherwise, you're probably buffering like crazy right now. Oh, I don't have a 4K. Well, so even if you're not watching on 4K, like when you're watching a Twitch stream on your phone, for example, most phones aren't 1080p, but watching it in 1080p will still make it look better because there's better signal density. So even if you're watching on a 1080p or a 1440p monitor, for example, setting the resolution of the incoming stream to 4K will still make it look better because it's more native pixels that are then being downscaled to the resolution you're actually watching at. So even though you're not actually getting all those pixels, they're being downscaled, so you're retaining that extra signal clarity. So color accuracy is better. There's less, typically smoother, things like that. So 4K still has advantages, even if you're not actually watching 4K natively. Let's see, which gyre am I on right now? My mecha gyre. Let's go put on Grimoire. Take this off. Let's see if there happens to be a fissure on Lua right now. Nope, that's fine. We'll just go do the regular one. What's up, King? What's pretty good? This? I don't know what you're saying is pretty good. Because I'm not sure when you said that comment. I just saw it. Talk about my Q burst stats chance.
Combat must be practiced to truly master the canvas of war.
The Oregon Neural Sentry is attempting to purge you from this place.
Oh, I shouldn't have cast that. I'm fucking stupid. I'm gonna have a 1 minute cooldown. Whoops. Arcane Crepuscular and Tenacious Spawn don't work on Gyre because they're not global crit increases. They're only global to weapons. They don't function on non-weapon abilities, so Rotor Swell does not get the benefit of Crepuscular or Tenacious, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would be using that. Wait, crit shards carry over to companions? No. No, I don't know what, I didn't say anything that would give you that impression. The reason why my Kuber has such high crit is because I'm using a mod called Hunter Synergy, which gives a companion a portion of your crit chance from your primary. I'm also using the Mecha mod that gives it a portion of your primary status chance. So my Paris Incarnate is currently acting as a status and crit stat stick. That's the reason why I had so much crit chance. And it's crit chance, by the way, not crit damage. The shards are crit damage, not crit chance. For violets, if that's what you're talking about. Although there is also the... there is some crit chance shards that are weapon specific. That ungodly stash chance, yeah, over 300% stash chance, pretty funny. And I don't even have a ribbon. I could get status on a ribbon. Like if I could roll, like if you want to use the Paris as a stat stick for your Kubro, the ideal ribbon would be, you know, status chance and crit chance, because those are the two stats that carry over. So imagine how much I could get there. Yeah, it's pretty funny being able to just be invisible most of the time on Gyre, since as long as you don't shoot, your Kubra will keep you invisible. Your Huros Kubra will keep you invisible. His abilities don't break the invisibility. Let me also throw down a Nidus Spectre for that thick extra Power strength. If he decides to ever fucking link to me. There we go. I should actually find a pit to jump into so I can reset my strength with Spectre on Spectre plus Matter Eye on the buffer guy, the Lone Guardian. Let me go and do that. Oh, I didn't use my Grimoire either. Alright, he's right here. Let's do dash dash. Let's throw out the Grimoire, get 60%. There we go, 60. Just need my Nidus to fucking link to me, please. And look at that. Now we're red critting. We don't even have the corruption buff available to us, and we still got it up to red crits. Just gotta stack that strength, baby. I could have used power. I could have used power drain too if I were to mercy kill an Eximus. That would be another 50% strength that I could get.
Sentient scouts.
Yeah, Gyre's so stupid, dude.
Fighters will soon attack.
I'm so happy that Gyre Prime should be the next Prime Warframe. We should have Gyre Prime literally in like a couple months, which is so exciting. I could run that, but that wouldn't be actually worth running because I would have to take off a better arcane. Right now I'm running
The longer you hold out, the deeper I can search.
running augmented and steadfast.
Extraction is ready. Void
I could
but outside.
in a Fisher mission at least, especially with that double strength, I could drop steadfast because I generate energy fast enough from the third ability when it's that juiced up with strength that you really don't need steadfast for energy economy. You can just rely entirely on your third. So I could squeeze a little bit more strength by throwing that on, yeah. Because Molt Vigor is 45%, right? I don't know that would that technically be the best one? What about I feel like technically the best one for max possible strength would be Arcane Kamisato. Is that the one? Attacks from oh no, it's only from summoned minions. Never mind. It's not companions. Attacks from summoned minions increase strength by the 60%. Yeah, so that would not work on Gyre. Never mind. Well, don't go saying that now, Germs. We're testing it. I'm not committing to it being back. I'm especially annoyed at the fact that I'm not streaming in 4K right now. The point of the YouTube stream is that I'm trying to stream in 4K, but it's not doing it for some reason. It's only doing 1440p. It should still look very crispy, though. Why not Roar instead of Pillage? Against armored enemies, Pillage is actually more damage if you think about how armor works. But also the shield regen is nice just for survivability. It's not as relevant on a Hurras build because I'm invisible most of the time, so I don't take as much direct damage. But Pillage just works. So it's very synergistic with Gyre because she's just surviving entirely off shield gating, and also it's a huge damage increase. But yeah, against the armored enemies, Pillage is actually a larger damage increase because if you're on Steel Path and you're fighting enemies that have the armor cap of 2,700, 2,700 armor gives an enemy 90% damage reduction. So stripping that off is effectively giving you a 10x multiplier even though roar is calculated as a faction multiplier percentage, which means that it double dips, that still doesn't equate to 10x. Because even if you had a, you know, let's say a fucking 90% roar, for example, super high, which I actually would have that. I'd have more than that. But let's say 90%. That'd be 1.9 times 1.9 because it double dips. That's still only 3.61x, even with double dipping on the electric proc. So it's less than half the damage of the effective damage of stripping enemy armor off. Now, obviously, it'd be more damage against enemies that don't have armor because they already don't have that armor DR in the first place, but those enemies are already irrelevant. Crepuscular would also be cool with this invisibility. This doesn't work. You would get the extra strength, but you would not benefit from the extra crit multiplier for Rotor Swell. Rotor Swell is an ability, not a weapon, so it doesn't get the Crepuscular crit bonus. Crepuscular and Tenacious Spawn are not global crit increases. They only apply to primary, secondary, and melee. So it does work on abilities that are also coded as weapons, like Exalts, for example. Like if you're using Titania, then Dex Pixia could benefit from Crepuscular and Tenacious Spawn and whatnot, but it doesn't apply to Rotor Swell because it's not modded as a weapon. It's purely an ability. If it did work, it'd be insane. Even if just Tenacious Spawn worked, Tenacious Spawn only gives you 1.2x extra crit, but Gyre's base crit, which is unmodifiable, you can't change it at all because, again, it's not modded, is only 2x. So even when Gyre is red critting, since her base crit is only 2x, it's only going from 2x to 4x on red crits, because with a base 2x multiplier, no way to mod that, you're only gaining 1x on each crit tier. So you go from yellow to orange, you go from 2 to 3x, and red crits is 3 to 4x. If you could add Tenacious Spawn, that would increase her damage by over 50% because it adds 1.2. So you would take 2 up to 3.2, which is a more than 50% crit increase. It would be hilarious if that worked. And then, of course, you know, Crepuscular would be absolutely fucking insane if that worked. Kamisana doesn't work on Titania, right? Based off the wording, it should not, because you don't summon the butterflies necessarily, but you could test it. I don't know for a fact. Watching my phone at 720p using my data, so I never know. Yeah, I know for a lot of people they won't notice, but I want for people that for the, you know, small portion of people that do happen to be watching on a device where they you know, like on a computer or TV screen, and they do actually have good enough internet to watch in 4K. I thought it'd be cool to have a 4K stream, like a super high quality 4K stream, but it's not working out for me. For those of you watching on YouTube, if any of you are new to my channel, first of all, you know, subscribe. You'll like the content if you like Warframe. If you've never watched me on Twitch, and if you want to help me hit Twitch partner, consider heading over there. Drop me a follow. Consider opening up a Twitch stream. Even if you want to watch on YouTube, you can keep watching on YouTube for the higher quality. And if you're able to watch, if you're watching on a computer, for example, if you could open up a second tab, maybe open me up on Twitch, maybe just mute it, have it there just so I can get that view. I'm trying to get that Twitch partner goal. Need 75 average viewers to hit that. Would appreciate it. But feel free to stay on YouTube if you prefer the quality, of course. If you're not able to watch both at the same time, no problem. You can stick with YouTube. There's a cap to how much strength you want as Titania above 400%. She gets too fast. I don't have even 400%. Yeah, that's a lot. Is YouTube the problem? I don't know. I'm not going to be able to answer that until I start a new stream. In order to test whether or not I'm actually just not able to stream at 4K on YouTube, I need to turn off both of these streams. I need to turn off my multi-streaming software, and I need to try a direct just YouTube stream and see if that happens in 4K. Because if I can stream directly to YouTube in 4K and it just doesn't work on the multi-stream in 4K, then I know something is wrong with the multi-stream setup. But if I stream directly to YouTube and that is still not 4K, then apparently YouTube is just not letting me do 4K. Because I'm streaming, like my output settings right now are 4K, and it's at 25,000 bitrate. So there's zero. Thank you for the follow, Enithan, by the way. There's zero reason why my stream should not be 4K right now on YouTube. because I have my GPU spinning up a secondary encode session right now with completely different settings from Twitch. So actually, speaking of which, I didn't actually check that. My Twitch is 1440p right now, right? Or up to 1440p. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. I want to double check that. That's good. That's good. Well, you want to kill your PC, lol, or it won't hurt. I have a good PC. It's not a problem. It's a very expensive computer. I have a 4080 Super GPU, which has multiple encoding. It has multi-encode capability. So as long as you use an NVENC encoding, I should be able to actually very easily stream 4K to YouTube and then a separate stream to Twitch at the same time without it impacting my game basically at all. Because a 4080 Super, like the 4000 series GPUs can support at least like at least 5 or 6 encoding streams, like independent coding streams, and that's all using the onboard NVENC encoders. It doesn't use your CPU or anything, and it doesn't even use the portion of your GPU that like actually runs your game. So I'm not like losing 100 frames or anything by doing that. $4070 Ti here, and it lags when trying to record using MSI Afterburner from doing so. So I'm doing something wrong. If you have a 4070 Ti and you have issues streaming, you are doing something wrong. Yes. To be honest, that's my initial response. I assume that you're doing something wrong because a 4070 Ti should be able to easily do. Are you? Is it lag when trying to record or stream? I mean, even if you're recording, you shouldn't have an issue, but are you talking about streaming or recording? Also, what do you mean while using MSI Afterburner? What does MSI Afterburner have to do with recording? Record game, not stream, CPU 14600K. 14600K and a 4070 Ti. You should have zero issues doing anything. Record from it? You can record using MSI Afterburner? Am I fucking stupid? I didn't know that was a thing. Well, stop using MSI Afterburner and use OBS instead. Download OBS. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing, but download OBS and record with OBS instead. It is free, yeah. Afterburner recording probably just sucks. OBS is like best in class recording. It's what everybody uses. Like everyone, like 99% of the people that you watch streaming are using OBS. Same with recordings. Like all of my videos and all of my streams are recorded and streamed through OBS. That's what I'm using right now. Have you not heard of that? There's no way that you've never heard of OBS. I'm not roasting you or anything. I don't know how that's possible. It's literally like the world's most popular streaming and recording software. Yeah, it's completely free. It's also open source, so you can actually code it if you want it. Like you can actually, like if you know how to code, you can make your own add-ons for OBS and just add features for free. Like right now, I'm using an add-on for, well, the add-on that I'm using actually costs money, but right now I'm using an add-on that allows me to multi-stream. That's how I'm doing a YouTube and Twitch stream at the moment. Yeah, this is not trade chat, Mr. Black. So not quite the place to put that. I will not be buying your tour driven. Sorry, or selling because it looks like you're buying actually. Let me go pull up my YouTube stream, see how this looks. How's the stream looking, guys? How's the quality here? How's my webcam quality, especially? That's another thing that I changed last night. I was playing around with an OBS add-on that attempts to keep my webcam looking good by allocating more of the bitrate to the webcam portion of the screen as opposed to it being spread out evenly. Looks pretty good right now. I'm watching my YouTube stream right now. It does look pretty This is definitely higher quality than Twitch. Yeah, yeah. That's definitely higher quality than Twitch, that's for sure. Although, I say that, for those of you watching on phones or small screens or anything, which a lot of you are, I think a huge percentage of you by demographic are actually watching on mobile devices. You're not going to notice a huge difference on those, so don't feel like you need to hop over to YouTube. Especially if you subscribe to me on Twitch, keep watching on Twitch because then you can watch ad-free, which is obviously a much better experience. Because if you hop over to YouTube, then you're going to get ads unless you have YouTube Premium. And a big thank you again, of course, to all my supporters, speaking of which. Right, MSI, and it was lag and low video quality, and the mega good one makes the file size. Yeah, yeah. Download OBS, you'll have a great time. You're gonna fucking love OBS. Oh, he just nullified me. That's rude. Oh, he's gonna kill me. No. Nidus, I need you to link to me, Chief. Need to recast my abilities, bub. If the guy who in the chat earlier asked about my negative duration on Gyre, here's why you don't need duration. As long as you keep getting kills, good to go. That augment gives you duration back. Basically infinite duration, as long as you just don't get nullified, nor run out of dudes to kill, which is unlikely on Steel Path, at least to survival. Holy shit, that's... Oh, that was my crewmate, wasn't it? I was gonna say, there's no way my Gyre just did 5.3 million damage. Also, look at how lazy this gameplay is. I have over 2,000 kills, so I'm getting over 100 KPM. I'm watching 2 different chats. I'm playing around with fucking OBS settings. I'm answering questions. Barely doing anything in game. The Gyre is insane, dude. Which augment? The older one, the mandatory one. What's it called? Cathode current. This one, right here. Eliminating an enemy while Cathode Grace is active will release an additional discharge from Rotor Swell with 200% damage and extend the duration by the same amount. So it makes your 4th ability also last forever, just like your 3rd ability usually does. The real reason why that's so strong is because now that you're making your 4th ability a snapshot ability, basically, you can stack a bunch of strength buffs on it and make it way stronger than usual. Because if you go to a Fisher, for example, and you get corrupted with the double strength bonus, you get the double strength bonus on yourself. You fire out the Grimoire, giving yourself 60% strength. You stab a Xmas enemy with a Parazon, giving yourself 50% strength. You throw down a Night Spectre, giving you 28%, a 1.28x multiplicative multiplier on all that strength. So on, so on. So you get yourself to 1,500% power strength, basically. Or whatever it is, by doing all that. Then you cast the ability. You keep that strength forever. Because it's a snapshot ability now, because it doesn't run out of duration. So as long as it doesn't run out of duration, that strength that you had when you cast it is the strength that it has the whole time. It also snapshots range, which is really fucking broken. It's one of the only abilities in the game that's able to snapshot range, because you're not technically recasting it, it's getting duration back. The way that most abilities are coded in Warframe is that you're able to snapshot strength by recasting. So like Chroma's Vex Armor, for example, is refreshable. If you get a bunch of temporary strength on Vex Armor and you cast, as long as you keep recasting before the duration runs out, you'll keep that extra strength, but you won't keep the double duration from the Fisher Corruption. Gyre's 4th ability with the augment will keep the double range, because you're not technically recasting the 4th ability, it's directly getting duration back from kills. So it's still literally the same technical cast. So if you are modded for a 265 range, for example, like I am, when you get corrupted, you have 530% range. You cast it during that, you keep 530% range for the rest of the fucking mission, as long as you don't press 4 again. Super broken. Super, super broken. But there was a whole lot of math that I just spewed out there, but I love Gyre. Oh, is there still a guy alive? I didn't realize. I didn't kill all the Thrax yet. Whoops. It's funny how my KPM is so good, but my air is so bad is because I'm killing guys on the edge of the map, and then I'm not picking up the air off the ground. We all know that my internet is not great enough for the 4K streams. Real. 10 a.m. It's already 104 degrees. That's terrible. He's damn good, but I hate this. Hate violence waste. Yeah, you can use. I didn't do it like I should have, but when you see violence is about to spawn, use Magus Lockdown on your operator. There's an operator arcane called Magus Lockdown that lets you dash with your operator, and it basically stun locks. Here, I'll do it on Sacklight right here. See, I stun lock him for a moment. There's a little tether on the ground that makes him not able to move. You also can't cast when he's being affected by that. So if you Magus Lockdown dash right when violence spawns in, he shouldn't be able to nullify you. So if you lock him down and then kill him quickly enough, then you won't get nullified. How far does that build scale? Level cap, basically. All the way. It scales farther than you'll actually go. I've taken this build to like 4-hour survivals. Survival scales pretty slowly, so there's still not level cap at that point, but I mean, it's still instantly shredding like level 4000s, especially on a Fisher. I'm typically going that far on a Fisher mission because, you know, you get better rewards because you're opening relics, obviously, and you get more steel essence because of the Fisher multiplier. If you're taking this Gyre build to a Fisher mission, go watch my Gyre video if you want like a real rundown of this. By the way, I have multiple Gyre videos. Just go watch. Go watch the most recent one. Isn't this build? The most recent one I'm showing a double augment build with a new like weapon damage augment. But honestly, my favorite Gyre is just this Gyre. It's ability nuke. So go watch my like second to newest Gyre video. So not the newest one, but the one before that, or just the pure ability nuke build basically. But yeah, if you go to a Fisher mission and you get the corruption for the double strength, double range, and you snapshot that, then she does ludicrous amounts of damage and insane range. It's hilarious. She absolutely fucks in Fisher missions. Easily one of the best survival Fisher frames. It's not even close. Especially on this mission in particular, in this room. This room is the best room in this map. So if you ever want to do the Lua conjunction survival Fisher, keep restarting the mission until you get this room that I'm currently in to spawn. And then just sit here and just kill the whole room and rack up rewards. You get Lua Thraxplasm from killing these dudes. You get you know, crack up in relics, get steel essence. Do it with a team. Have somebody bring Speed Novas. Speed Nova with Gyre is fucking hysterical. Speed Nova will make the enemies get to you 75% faster, and they'll take double damage. So that's another double damage multiplier for your Gyre, and you'll get even more KPM because the enemies are, you know, rushing to you from the speed wave. Don't have the dog. Yeah, the Huros Kubro is able to turn you invisible as long as you don't shoot your weapons. That's why I've been invisible most of this time, which of course makes you very survivable. You don't need it though. You can survive easily on Gyre just by using pillage because it gives you shields back. Yeah, well, Shade's worse because it's not a beast, which means that you're not able to use the Resourceful Retriever mod, which gives you double steel essence. So I would not use the Shade. I would use the Kubro. The Kubro also does a shitload of damage if you want it to. And you can use the... you also can't use the Mecha set if you're not using the Kubro. So there's multiple reasons to use the Kubro over Shade. I have the full Mecha mod set on my Gyre right now. The status nuking occasionally. Get out of here, Stinky. You also don't have to do the mecha set. I just think it's kind of funny. Figured why not. Yeah, it's a very synergistic loadout.
Sentient scouts.
Like I said, right now we're not even at the 30-minute mark, but we have over 3,000 kills, so still easily over 100 KPM. I could literally just stand here in the middle of the room most of the time and we're good to go. Still think the Helmuth Charger is underrated. Is it though, or is it appropriately rated? Because it's not that useful. I mean, isn't the reason why you like the Helmuth Charger because of the like, for example, the toxin damage buff that it gives you? I think people don't care about that because we don't really need more damage these days. That's probably why it's not necessarily underrated. It's just actually not that useful. I've been running a lot of 4-hour survivals. Yeah, you should definitely try it out, Black. And if you want to make the Kubero tankier, if you don't care about your Kubero attacking, then you can change the posture mod on the claws to be the elusive posture. That way, like right now, I'm using frenzied posture, I believe, so it's hopping from enemy to enemy, trying to claw them. If you want to, you can put on elusive posture. It'll make it not attack anybody, and it gives it 50% evasion chance. So it'll stay up a lot easier because it's not going to be pulling aggro. The mecha set should still work even if it has elusive posture on it too, because the mecha set doesn't require a claw attack. It just, your companion just like puts a mark on an enemy, so the mecha set will still work even if it's not attacking. I like it because it gives crit damage to melee. Yeah, that's what I mean. If the companion is basically just damage increases, then a lot of people probably don't care about it because they just feel like they don't need the damage and they would rather use a companion that has other sorts of utility. And other companions can still give you a ton of damage as well. Like the Panzer Bulbophyla, for example, it never actually dies thanks to Panzer Evolution. It has viral quills, so it's priming viral for you. It's able to trigger Tenacious Spawn, so it's giving you extra crit damage. And it's able to trigger Reinforced Spawn, so it's giving you free fire rate. I think probably people's one of the favorite things about the Panzer Bulbophyla is that since Panzer Devolution makes it to where it never actually goes down, you never lose the Tenacious Spawn and Reinforced Spawn, especially the Reinforced Spawn. It's like the way that it usually works. Like right now, my Kubero, for example, if I have Reinforced Spawn on my Kubero, and my Kubero goes down like it is right now, you lose the 60% fire rate until it's actually back up. But on the Panzer, it never actually goes down; it just devolves into its larval form. So those mods never turn off, so you never randomly lose your fire rate. Also, I just went down for the first time. If you want to make it super easy to not go down on Gyre, put a Dante Spectre down. If you want to make this Gyre build exceedingly overpowered, in terms of both damage and now its survivability, throw down a Dante. And the Dante Spectre will give you Overguard on kill. You throw a Dante down, especially with an Ancient Healer, because Ancient Healers give you damage redirection, which actually works on Overguard, unlike damage reduction. And all of a sudden, you'll never fucking die. Yeah, it doesn't need to attack. Even Sentinels can mark if you have the Aura. Yeah, the Aura just kind of happens, or the mark rather, just kind of happens no matter what. Maybe I should make Dante Spectre for ETA. Yes, you should. I've been saying that for forever. Dante Spectres, Nidus Spectres, and Sight Spectres. If you don't have those 3 Spectres built, you're fucking yourself. Build them. Primarily the Dante and Nidus. Why Sight? Because Sight Spectres use the Elemental Ammo Pack ability, so you get free Elemental Ammo Packs, which is an insane damage buff. And it's primarily insane if you're using the Ocucore. So the way that those it's called a resupply. He casts his resupply ability. A main sight. So should I bring a twin or two? No. Yeah. No. You don't need a Sight Spectre if you're. Oh shit! There's gonna be a Shadow of Violence here, isn't there? Hold on. Let me try to not get nullified here. Where's the last motherfucker? Is that him? Zang's the last one? Okay, good. We're good. Didn't get nullified. Yeah, Sight uses his resupply ability, which is the elemental ammo packs, which is it refills the ammo of your current gun, and it makes the rest of that magazine have extra elemental damage of the matching type, and also a force status proc. That is super busted if you're using the Aki core, especially if you're using the Aki core with the Sentient Surge augment. The way that the resupply is coded is that you only lose the resupply damage buff when you actually reload. If you're using the Aki core with Sentient Surge and you're getting 20% of your magazine automatically refilled back into the magazine on kill, that's not technically reloading. So if you have a Sight Spectre and you're using the Aki core and you pick up his ammo buff, you keep it permanently, as long as you don't run out of ammo. So if you keep getting kills to refill your Aki core with Sentient Surge, you will keep that damage buff indefinitely. You can make that really, really funny by min-maxing that by, if you say you're gonna go do a mission like this, say you're gonna go do like a, you know, a 2-hour-long Fisher survival on this mission, for example, with a team. Have, let's say you can't be the host. This strategy doesn't work if you're the host, obviously, because then everybody would leave. But have somebody who's not the host of the mission spawn in as a super high strength Sight, like a 500% strength Sight. They can throw down the resupply packs, and then everybody using Aki cores can pick up those resupply packs. The guy playing as Sight can abort the mission, and then you re-invite him as the frame he actually wants to play. And here's the funny part: even the guy who aborts, when he comes back as a new Warframe, he will see the ammo packs that his previous Sight left, which is hilarious. So even the person who's doing the strategy for you will get the ammo pack. So you can all run Aki cores, have somebody load in as a super juiced up Sight, throw down ammo packs, you pick up the ammo packs, he aborts, he comes back as whatever he actually is, like a Nova, for example. And now, as long as your Aki core doesn't run out of ammo, thanks to the refilling from Sentient Surge, you keep that Sight buff, that giga insanely strong Sight buff, for example, guaranteed blast status on a viral heat Aki core for the rest of the fucking mission. Hilarious. Literally fucking hilarious amounts of extra damage for a frame that's not even in the mission anymore. I've done that strategy, and like 2 hours later into the mission, I still have guaranteed extra blast damage and status on my Aki core because I've haven't run out of ammo thanks to Sentient Surge. It's so broken. It is so fucking broken. Please try it. Holy crap, no way. Yeah, it's insane. So man, the alchemy run we did last night was the longest run I've ever done. Really? Well, I'm glad you were there. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You did a good job. I don't think you went down like ever, basically. So good job on whoever you were. I think you were playing Citrine. Good Citrine. You also got the most kills, so very nice. Good job. What would be the best weapons for on-call crewmate and then Spectre? For on-call crewmates, it's the Kubazar. There's no. A lot of things in the game are an opinion. This is not an opinion. Far and away, uncomparably, the best weapon in the game for crewmates is the Kubazar. It's insane how stupid they are with Kubazar. For Spectres, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. I use the Proboscis Cernos on my Spectres because it has corrosive damage built in. Well, it's either corrosive or viral damage built in, and it's also like a grouping ability. The Proboscis Cernos basically shoots like a Nidus larva that clumps enemies together, so your Spectre can kind of clump guys up for you. It's a little convenient. But yeah, for crewmates, definitely give them the Kubazar. Make sure the Kubazar is modded properly, though. Crewmates are not able to benefit from ribbons. Galvanized mods, they can't benefit from conditional mods. So if you put Galvanized Chamber on, for example, they cannot stack it. So you need to use regular split chamber instead, old-fashioned split chamber. And they can't benefit from arcanes. So you can't give them like Merciless, for example. So if you want them to have base damage, you need to mod them for Serration. So basically, you need to put like a 2016 build on them. You're putting on Serration, you're putting on regular split chamber instead of Galvanized Chamber. You can't use your Tsar ribbon if you have one. If you have a ribbon on, they just ignore it. So it's like the mod spot's empty, basically. And then just put on a bunch of just raw damage. Don't put any status chance. They literally do millions of. Here, let me show you. I'll throw my guy down if I can. Actually, I think he's on cooldown, isn't he? I can't use him yet. I can't use him right now because he's on cool. How long do I have? Where's my I'm blind. I still got 4.5 minutes, so I can't use them. But yeah, they do millions of damage with a Kubazar and a proper build. It's hilarious. All right, make sure the crewmate has 5 out of 5 combat stat. Ideally, 5 out of 5 combat and 5 out of 5 endurance. And 5 out of 5 repair is nice too, so that when you're actually playing Grailjack missions, they're also good at repairing. But for the purposes of calling them into a regular mission as an on-call, try to make sure you get a guy that has 5 combat and 5 endurance. That way he's tanky and he does the most damage. And if you want him to do the absolute most damage, make sure it's an elite crewmate that has the elite perk of 150% extra crit chance with rifles. That way he'll give the Kubazar an extra 150% crit chance, which is hilarious. How would you build a Kuva Brahma today? The same as you did before, basically. Prime Firestorm and for the AoE, and then just a damage crit setup. The problem you have with the Brahma is actually keeping enough ammo. So if you want to solve the ammo issue on Brahma, you can play a sight so you can have the resupply. You can use the helmet ability, energized munitions. That's probably the popular way to do it. Like I have a Mirage build where I use energized munitions with really high duration for the 75% ammo efficiency, and then I use a Brahma so I can just spam Brahma shots. Viral plus 100 munitions. Nah, I usually just go raw damage and crit, and then I just buff the damage with whatever buffing Warframe I'm playing as. You can go viral HM if you want. I don't really use the Brahmin anymore because of the ammo issues it has. I'll tell you what's really funny, speaking of sight still, is the Kubazar spams sight build. Shit is hilarious. Infinite ammo Zar. Very funny to blow your way through and exterminate. And have people wonder how the fuck you're shooting the Zar so fast and how you're reloading instantly and how you have infinite ammo. Why am I still here? I don't even know. I've been in this mission for 40 minutes. About to extract. I gotta go soon anyway, unfortunately, for work. Been a nice little test stream. I am surprised at how many people are watching right now. I'm actually trying to figure out why. It's because of this. Is it because of the stream title? I don't know. Glad you're all here, though. Appreciate the support. If you're not already following me on Twitch, we are going for 1,000 followers. We're at about 800 right now. So I would greatly appreciate follows if you've earned it and if you enjoy the channel. Help me get ever closer to that goal. Hello, Mania. Get out of here, Mania. Alright, let's get out of here. Do a little test run. All the unemployed people watching right now, yeah. Or the people that just have schedules like me. I'm actually about to go to work because I work second shift. I work 3 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. I don't have the classic 9 to 5. Not really a morning person, but I kind of wish I had a 9 to 5. That way I could stream in the evening, because that's at least in terms of American audience, streaming in the evening is usually better for your audience. I can't really do that aside from my off days, unfortunately. You're at work just listening. I'm telling your boss. I'm calling your boss right now. Oh, Sebastian, you too? I'm telling your boss too. I'm reporting all of you. Terrible employees. Letting me distract you from your work. That's crazy. That's a little 52 essence there. Sure, why not? Why not? Why not? I need another double resource weekend, man. Need to go do a nice little 10-hour survival when that happens. All right. Unfortunately, going to be calling it quits soon here. Let's do a let's do another raffle. Let's do the expensive one this time. Omniforma bundle. Just started again. This is currently only on Twitch, so those of you watching on YouTube, if you want to win some free Omniforma, 150 plat worth, hop over on Twitch real quick and do ! raffle in the chat. You've got 5 minutes to enter. ! raffle in the chat. And we will see who the lucky winner is. All right. Not sure what else to do. Let's go roll. We'll go roll the Torrid Ribbon for a little bit here while we wait on that. Oh yeah, I should have to my Warframe market on. Actually, that's what I should have done. I'll have it on for a sec here. It's gonna be hard to get a better roll than this, but we'll see. Merrick, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, gonna be hard to get better than fire rate damage multi-shot. Just got here and there's already a raffle going. Yep, it's the second raffle today. Let me go double check YouTube yet again to make sure that it's still not able to stream in 4K. Yep, still 1440p. Very annoying. No idea how to fix that. You know what I should do actually, since I gotta end the stream in a sec here anyway? Maybe I'll end the stream and then real quick, start up a YouTube stream for like 2 seconds to see if it's in 4K. Is this the ribbon you manifested today? Yes, this is. This is the one that I manifested into reality. I was like, hey, what if I got a Torrid Ribbon? And then I got Torrid Ribbon. Second time that I've done that on stream. Hilarious. I really should stop rolling this, because this is, at this point with how good the roll already is, it's really not worth rolling, but imagine if I hit the glorious crit chance, crit damage multi-shot roll. Crit chance, crit damage multi-shot, negative zoom. This one was close to being good. Multi-shot, crit chance. The punch through doesn't really matter at all. The negative stat duration hurts too, so that's rough. I saw multi-shot and crit chance and I got excited for a little moment there. The Omni Ribbon, Cold Heat Toxin. I'm gonna roll this 8 more times. But it'll be 120 rolls in total. Then I'm done. I'm not rolling this thing anymore. It's not worth rolling. I can already sell this for like 600, 700 plat minimum. Oh no, dude. No! Why is status duration on there? No! Oh, crit chance, crit damage, negative zoom. Oh no. No! Dude. Why? Fuck, dude. Is that... Shit. Which one of these is actually going to stall for more? I feel like I should probably still take the fire rate damage multi-shots. It's, you know, three stats that actually... Double crit, though. Hard to beat double crit. Let me go look at the market. Hold on. What are we thinking, guys, about which one to keep here? What are we thinking? Multi-shot, base damage, fire rate, or status duration, crit chance, crit damage? And then they both have a negative. This is very upsetting. Very upsetting that this has that status duration on there. Greek Arnold, thank you for the follow. I think you just hit the yep, you're the 800th person. So we are 80% of the way there to 1,000 followers. We're getting there, guys. We are getting there. Yeah, that negative zoom is nice too. Fuck, I'll take it. I don't know if that's actually the smart choice, but I'm still gonna roll it to 120 just in case we hit the primo roll. We'll finish these last few rolls here. Even if that was like status chance instead of status duration, that still wouldn't be great, but at least it would be a stat that's somewhat relevant. Status duration is basically universally useless in almost all cases. Well, I guess we're sticking with this. I need to go unlist the, I need to go repost that then, because I had the other one listed. And that role no longer exists. Let's go ahead and post this one. I'm going to list it now so I don't forget to do later. 113.3. Crit chance. 176.8. Crit damage. 156.2. And that negative zoom. 57.7, baby. Accurate critides. Mastery 11. 8. 120 rolls. There I'm all. Let's list it for, we'll do 750. Yeah, we'll do 750 and see where that gets us. One thing I want D to do is better clarify what mods are additive or multiplicative in the UI. Fired. Personality. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. They should add a feature. They should add a feature like Path of Exile has, where you can hold down Alt while hovering over something in game, like a mod, and it'll tell you like extended details. For example, let you hold down Alt to hover over a mod, and if it's say there's some mod that gives you like a flat Avenger, like you hover over Arcane Avenger, for example, when it says next to the plus 45% crit chance, it would say like F for flat value. They can't use A for absolute because A would mean additive. So it'd be like A for additive, M for multiplicative, and then say like F for flat value. So like when you see that F next to Arcane Avenger, you know that when it says 45% crit chance, it's literally adding 45% crit chance, like an actual plus 45, not 45% of your weapon's crit chance. Like, you know how an additive mod usually works, stuff like that. Or like you could hover over most mods, and most mods would say A next to the stat because most mods are additive. Yeah, just stuff like that would be cool. My dumbass was building shields on Styanax for the bonus until I read the wiki for reinforced bond. Isn't the wording on reinforced bond pretty clear though? Let me go read this. If the companion exceeds 1200 max shields or over shields, oh, I thought you were talking about reinforced bond. I was like, this is super clear. Styanax is passive. Okay. What is that again? Styanax's critical chance increases with his shields and doubles for spear guns. I forgot that was even his passive, honestly. I'm mainly using his fourth, which can't even crit when I'm playing a Styanax. Yeah, that'd be nice. Optional, something like that. Next, toward Riven Roll could be a god. Yeah, it's like that gambling meme. Like me walking away from the wall where the diamonds are behind it. Am I giving away that ribbon? Hell no. Oh, speaking of giveaway. Who won the, Shaco Khan is the winner of the Omniforma. Mr. There you are. Shaco Khan, Shago, I don't know how to say your name. Shago, who knows? Let me know your in-game name and I'll send you the Omniforma. Good thing you're still here, hanging around. Bro, why is there 40 people watching on Twitch right now? What's going on? Is this the secret all along? I just need to fucking multi-stream, and for some reason that makes Twitch numbers go up? What's up with that? Why is there 40 of you here? There's just 40 of you on Twitch, 20 of you on YouTube. Although, like I said, there's probably some overlap, but glad you're here. Help me hit Twitch, partner. Morphin is now following. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully, like after TennoCon next month, for example, we're a lot closer to 1,000 followers. We're on the way. We are on the way. We're past 800 now. Shigo with a follow. Appreciate that. My 6 alt accounts, real. Yeah, Shago, I need your in-game name so I can send you the stuff. Shago Khan, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Just saw you streaming on YouTube and cam here. Very nice. Glad to have you here, Morphin. Eagle Dens with the follow. Holy shit, a lot of follows right now. Appreciate that, guys. Keep it coming, baby. We're going for that big 1K mark. I'll have to do some sort of I gotta do something special for 1,000 followers on Twitch. Maybe just like 1,000 plat giveaway or something like that. That's probably what I'll do. 1,000 followers, 1,000 plat. Makes sense. Okay, so theoretically, would you ever do a Helmuth Charger / Nidus video? Like combo wombo? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Perhaps. Celtic Fiend, that's your name, okay. Sure I spelled that right. Celtic Fiend, there we go. Enjoy is your Omniforma bundle. I would start spelling Galapad properly if you did that. It's crazy. Never seen those tank drones before? Yeah. I got a bunch of I have like 5 of these roaming around. Which is expensive because they're 100 plat each. Although some of them were gifted by a viewer. He's actually a T-Spin in the Twitch chat. He gifted me a few of these. Yeah, these are freaking 100 plat each, and I got like 5 of them. Very expensive little cleaners. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have a 5th one somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's 5. Got my little maggot here too. 2 of these maggots roaming around here. The maggot prime from the Nidus Prime accessories. Does it arrive immediately? Yeah, you usually get it within like a minute of the person sending it. So just keep refreshing your inbox if you don't see it yet. You got it? Very nice. Very nice. And thanks for the Titania Zada Blast build made EDA super. Yeah, Zada Blast goes insanely hard in Titania. That's actually why I unlisted my Titania video, because I did terrible on that Titania video, partially because I didn't mention that build and I should have. Germs, thank you for the reset. Appreciate that. Yeah, I made a few mistakes in the Titania video. I didn't mention the Boreal's Contempt Polearm mod, which gives you aerial DR, so you can basically use a polearm melee as a stat stick just to get an extra 20% DR weight in there. I didn't mention Zada Blast, which is like literally the best fucking Titania build. It just slipped my mind for some reason. I did like the old corrosive build and whatnot, so that was stupid. And some other stuff. So I actually unlisted that video because I need to redo it and actually make it not dog shit. Which frame is this? I need to know what that skin. This is Styanax. the Lex skin, I believe. The Tana TU skin, however you say that. It's pretty nice. I actually don't have it colored right now, so this is the default colors. Yeah, it's really nice. And the Hootsalin Syandana is just with the bundle for this skin. It's also really nice. Not in the actual video, Sly. I mentioned it in the comments. In the comments underneath the video, I was like, hey, you should probably actually use Auto Blast. But in the actual video that I recently did, it's not one of the builds that I showed, and I should have. So I actually took the video down. I mean, the builds in the video still work fine. They're just worse than they're less DPS than Zada Blast. All right, it's like 10 minutes past when I'm supposed to stop. So here's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm done streaming. I'm about to shut the streams down. However, I am going to quickly start up just a YouTube stream. I'm gonna see if when I stream directly to YouTube, if it will do 4K. Because if that works, then that'll give me some insight as to the problem. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the unfortunately very short stream today. Sorry it was only, like I said, 2 hours instead of the usual 4 hours, because I got started a little later than I'm supposed to. Hopefully you had fun. Thank you for the massive amount of people being here right now for whatever reason. Glad you're here hanging out. Hopefully for those of you watching on YouTube, the quality was good during this little experiment. Even though it's not 4K, it should still look very good at the 1440p that it is doing. But yeah, we're gonna hop out of here. We're gonna start up in a few moments a quick little test YouTube stream, and then we are gonna see what that does. Hopefully that is in 4K. So goodbye, everybody. I will see you in the next one, which technically is in like a minute from now.
People ask me if it gets lonely out here. I say, lonely? Nah. I got all the company I need. I got you, sweet things. Ain't nothing for Nora in the real world except trouble. Trouble.